All right, what's up, everyone? This is the first ever podcast, the 2A team. We're missing a couple members. Eisener's Tactical said he was busy. He might try to hop on later. Same thing with Citizen 2A Citizen. So it's just me, 2A Ninja. We got Justin Worst, and we got Silver and Black Entertainment. We're going to be taking you guys on a little podcast journey. Definitely let us know down in the comments basically what you guys want to see out of this podcast, what kind of topics, any suggestions, and stuff like that. So we're going to start out with basically if you're just getting into purchasing a firearm, basically kind of some of the steps you want to take and how you want to go about doing things. So first of all, it's going to depend on your state and local laws. So for instance, in my state, it's pretty easy to get a gun. All you have to do is be the legal age. You can't be a felon, and you have to answer all the right questions on your background check, basically. But I can go into the gun store, buy a gun, and walk out with it 10 minutes later. So, and I know Eyes and Ears used to live in California, and I think they have a certain amount of guns. I think you can buy one gun per month, and it's a 10-day wait after you buy it before you can actually get it. I don't know, Silver and Black, if you have anything like that up in your state.
Uh, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to buy a gun here in I'll just say it, Washington State. Washington State is 2 years ago, before the assault ban, it was a shotgun, rifle, get it the same day. If you wanted a handgun, it was a 10-day wait.
Yeah.
Now everything is a 10-day wait, and it usually takes somewhere close to like 15, 20 days.
Jeez.
Yeah, so and then assault weapon ban. You're not allowed to buy an AR. Any semi-automatic rifle. Also 10 um, magazine capacity, 10 rounds. So over here, it's a little difficult, to get what you want and stuff like that. And then of course, yeah, we got the background checks, major background check, mental health. They check all that stuff. Criminal background. Of course, you can't be a felon to purchase a firearm.
Right.
Uh, yeah. So,
What about you, Justin? How easy or how hard is it to get a gun down there?
Okay, so I mean, Georgia's pretty good about allowing us to keep our Second Amendment. We do have a background check just like everybody else does, but um, as usually if you go in there, it's 5, 10, 15 minutes and you're back out. As long as everything checks out, you are a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
Um, but I have went in and got a gun in 10 minutes, and I have waited. Uh, just a couple purchases back, I had to wait 2 weeks almost.
Yeah.
Um,
You were telling me about that.
and then, I went in a week, 2 or 3 weeks later and bought one, and I was outdoor in 10 minutes. So they do an extensive check here, just like they do anywhere else. But it's fairly easy to get something as long as you're a law-abiding citizen. But like I said, it is a freer state. We do have constitutional carry where we don't have to have our CCW. But if you have a CCW here in Georgia, you show your CCW when you go to buy, um, or sorry, you carry concealed license. My bad. You show your concealed carry license, and you don't have to do nothing. You just take it home.
Yeah,
So
see, I've heard about that. We don't have that here. Um, I guess it would be a no-brainer. I mean, if you already have your CCW, I'm sure you have to have some kind of background check to get that.
right, you do. And,
So,
my father just took one, and it maybe a month ago, and I think he got it back within 2 weeks. But it was pretty expensive.
yeah, I know we have constitutional carry here, so I didn't really bother with getting a concealed carry license. I guess the only thing you would really need it for is if you're traveling out of state to a state that doesn't have constitutional carry. You want to have that license and make sure you have reciprocity for that.
Right.
Yeah, we have to have a license here to conceal carry.
Yeah, and I know eyes
Um,
and ears before he moved to Louisiana, California. Apparently, California's process to get one is pretty hard,
I can imagine.
but it also probably depends on the county you're in too. I think I remember him saying something about that.
Well, I mean, I talked to a few law enforcement officers, a few average Joes, gun store guys, and they basically tell me, listen, if now that we're constitutional carry, the only advantage of getting a concealed license is to walk in and walk out, without having to fill
Yeah.
out paperwork or anything. But we do have, I think, our surrounding states. I do believe Florida. Now I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive. Florida, Alabama, and South Carolina, and maybe Tennessee honor our license. So
Okay. So I don't think Florida has constitutional carry. Oh yeah, I guess they do. I thought they had some kind of weird gun law.
uh, it's really been only in the last few years where these southern states have taken on that constitutional carry. I mean, less than five, I believe. Um,
Mm-hmm. Because I know Missouri, my state, constitutional carry was back in, I want to say 2017, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I don't think I was 21 then. I wasn't.
right. And we
But
do have that law too that if you're uh, not 21, you can't own a pistol.
yeah, but we have something called the Peaceable Journey Act, maybe. Basically, you can be 19 and carry a pistol in your glove box. And I did that for a long time until I turned 21 and I just threw it on the hip or inside the waist. But yeah, I remember getting pulled over one time and I had a pistol on me. I was only 19 at the time and it was fine. Like I didn't go to jail or anything like that.
That's another good thing we probably need to talk about is kind of like if you've ever been in any situations to where you've been pulled over, how you should go about telling an officer that you are carrying concealed.
Hmm.
That
Um,
is a very good
I
topic.
know some states, I don't remember if my state is one of them, but some states you have to tell them, like you're legally obligated to tell them. Other states you don't really have to. Sometimes they'll ask, and you should probably tell them yes.
right,
And if however they want to handle it, like if you tell them, hey, it's in the glove box, then maybe if they just say don't reach over there, then don't make any sudden movements. If
yeah,
it's on your waist, maybe just keep your hands on the steering wheel or on the dash or something. You don't want to mess around, especially with the cops, especially after Eyes and Ears video I watched the other day. He had some choice words to say about the police. And I mean, it can be scary because you get a hothead in there. You don't
right.
know what they're thinking. Like they could be thinking you got a gun. Now all of a sudden you're a criminal or whatever, but it's not the case. You're just carrying to protect yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
in my state, we're not legally obligated to let them know that we're carrying a weapon. But even if I believe that I mean you should tell them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
I
agree.
just hand it over with your license, your registration, and if you got a concealed carry card, just hand that over too, and be like, "Yo, I'm
Yeah.
a appendix carrying a Glock 19." Let them know what stage it's in. If there's, hey, what do you want me to do? My
Yeah.
hands are here on the wheel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
You
just
want to
better
reach
that
down
way.
and grab it or
Yeah,
Because just like Eyes and Ears said, man, those cops, they're on power trips and they don't care. They might be having a bad day,
mm-hmm.
they don't care.
right.
Especially like if you're not from that town or it could be a state trooper or something.
Oh yeah,
Because I know most of the cops in my town, they're no they know like most of the people around here probably carry guns and stuff like that. They're not trying to screw you over or do anything like that. But we do have a lot of meth heads and it's a big meth area around here. So I mean they're probably on higher alert if you're riding around with a gun and they just got off a call where they had a meth head try to run from him or something.
Absolutely.
You just don't want to take any chances with him. So main thing is don't get ignorant with the cops. Like if you got pulled over for busted tail light or speeding or whatever, like just try to keep your cool and they'll hopefully keep their cool.
Right.
The main thing is not even trying to have a confrontation with him at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Listen, I don't speed. I don't run no red lights.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it does come down to that, you know what I mean? I'm like, yes, sir, no, ma'am, whatever it is, you know what I mean? I'm just, maybe
And
in my younger days, I would have got an attitude, but today, in these days, it's not a smart thing to do.
yeah.
No.
Let them have that power trip. Let them tell you whatever they want and just say, yeah, you know what I mean? As long as they're not physically harming you or whatever, just,
Yeah.
just go with it, man. Let it be your day over, get your violation, your ticket, warning, whatever it is, and be on your way.
Yeah. It sucks that it's like that because they're supposed to do a job and not be
Right.
have a power trip or anything like that. But the real world, like you just never know.
You guys know that I work in retail, and I work in retail in a rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with cops all the time because I'm always getting in an altercation trying to prevent theft. And, I have a lot of cops that I work with, and I see a lot of great cops, a lot of great cops. But there are some bad apples. I mean, Ricky's wild. He's been beat up by him a couple
Yeah.
times, you know. But for the most part, I've had great interactions with cops. If I get pulled over and I have my gun on me before I reach my license, before I reach for my insurance, I wait till they get there. Say, hey, listen, man, I am constitutionally carrying an appendix. This isn't for you. This is for when you can't make it there in time. I said, it's of no threat to you. May I get all my other stuff? And 9 times out of 10, the 3 or 4 times I've had issues, they said, you don't pull yours out, I won't pull mine out. And,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know, 10-4.
Yeah. Because I see a lot of these First Amendment auditors where they'll go and like
Yeah.
record police stations and then they come out and be like, "What are you doing?" and blah blah blah. Like, which is perfectly legal, I guess, but
Right.
at the same time, you're almost asking for a
You're
confrontation.
asking them to break
You're
your
trying to
First.
instigate just to
Right.
get them to, even though it is within the confines of the law, you're poking the bear essentially.
Yeah. My wife's best friend, her husband, got caught in one of those audits, and the video went viral like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And he was push until he had to bring that side out of him, and it pretty much ruined his career.
Damn.
And you just have to know that people are trying you at all times.
Yeah.
Got that right.
Yeah, luckily where I work, it's in a pretty decent neighborhood. It's like a lot of retail. There's like a mall and stuff up there. But just like 10 or 15 minutes up north, it's St. Louis and
Right.
it's pretty wild up there. I'm sure you've been there, Justin, but
Mhm.
without ever being there, you've heard of St. Louis and it's one of the most dangerous cities in the world in the country. But yeah, I don't like going up there, especially when I'm on duty at work. Like I'm not supposed to have my gun and stuff in my car on company property, so it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, not feeling like you don't have anything to protect yourself with. But at the same time, like most of the time, I'm just in the office or working from home. So the only time I really go out is to go shopping or on family events and stuff. And then I'm always packing. I got that Deagle. I got that Deagle on my hip.
That's a badass gun, man.
Yeah.
Let's see, I've been carrying every day at all times for the last maybe year and a half, 2 years. And I've been in many physical altercations for work related stuff. And I've never had to pull the gun. I think the gun is
Yeah.
always going to be your last resort.
Yeah. You never want to have to use it.
Yes,
That's the
that is your
thing.
last resort.
That's what I always tell people. Like, they're like, why do you carry that thing around everywhere? I'm like, just in case I have to, but you never want to have to.
Right. The likelihood of us using it is very, very slim, but
Yeah.
that little slim percentage, if it does come around and you don't have it, well, you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
it
You're
might be burying you.
could get you stuck, it could get you shot, could get you your phone stolen, your wallet stolen.
I mean, they can have all those, but
Yeah.
material possessions.
But if you're there with your family or something,
Right,
like
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
tries to
Not
nab
even
your
just
kid
you.
in
Yeah,
a Walmart parking lot.
absolutely.
I've seen
yeah.
videos like that too.
Yeah,
It, I'm
Oh yeah.
I get so freaking paranoid, and I know it's probably a slim chance that it would ever happen, but it's like even when my wife takes the kids to the store or something when I'm not there or I'm at home working, it's like just my nerves get rattled.
right.
It's like the what ifs will drive you crazy.
They will.
But it's always good to keep one in the chamber, keep one in your front pocket, one in your back pocket.
First of
Absolutely.
all, train. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get
that
Right.
familiar with your
that is the main
firearm
thing.
and train is the first thing. Then put yourself one in the chamber and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But make sure you're comfortable with your firearm, you train, and then after
yeah.
that, you know what I mean? You'll be comfortable enough to carry one in the chamber and all that stuff, you know?
Definitely if you're a new first time gun buyer, you just bought a gun, you don't really have any experience with guns outside of the one you just bought, definitely go to the range. Maybe consider taking a concealed carry class, even if you don't need to in your state. It would still probably help because I was brought up around guns from a very young age, and I'm sure you guys both were too.
Right.
So I already know like guns. That was like one of the first things whenever I was learning to shoot guns was learning gun safety, and like that just gets beaten to your head. Even like my kids, I have a 6 year old and I take him shooting sometimes, and like the main thing I tell him like don't put your finger on that trigger until you're ready to shoot.
Absolutely.
And it's always like it seems like it's just muscle memory for them at a young age to do that, to put it on the trigger. But it's like, nope, I grab that finger, put it off to the side, I said, don't touch that thing. And it's hard to like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm being, or he feels like I'm being mean to him, but it's like you gotta understand, you point that thing in the wrong direction and accidentally pull that trigger, and that you can't put that bullet back in the barrel.
Right.
You got that right. Yep. And muzzle direction too, man, is
Yeah,
a big one. You know what I mean? It's not it, yeah,
Absolutely.
of course, yeah, that finger on the trigger is very big, but muzzle
yeah,
direction, you know what I mean? If it does happen by mistake, if the muzzle is
yeah,
pointed in a safe direction, you're legit, you know what I mean? What
yeah.
about uh insurance, like firearm? Do you guys have that or
No, I've looked into it, but then I've also seen things on YouTube where it's like, oh, firearms insurance or CCW insurance is not really
Yeah.
all it's cracked up to be.
Right.
So I don't know.
it'd probably be good to be one of those companies, huh? Because
Yeah,
I mean, you know, like it very rarely, you know, happens, right? So that would, might be a good company to
yeah,
get
Oh
started.
yeah,
they
Like,
that
probably
yo,
making a
payout
lot of
percentage
money.
is so low.
Yeah.
But
But then at the
I
same
don't
time,
think
you
it's
got to
necessary.
think if you have to use your gun in self-defense and you kill somebody and say that person's family tries to sue you, they get a left-leaning prosecuting attorney or whatever, they're gonna they're gonna tear your ass up in court. But you just got to be able to, I guess, have a good lawyer and defend yourself and say, look, this was self-defense. Because you
Right.
saw what happened. I don't even know if we should really talk about it, but that Rittenhouse guy, they let his ass up in court, and it ended up being ruled self-defense. But I mean, it was a huge deal because of the circumstances around it.
I mean, that's so here's my stance on that and why I do a few things is like I'll carry federal HSTs, the law enforcement round.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to change my triggers out on my carry gun.
Yeah.
I try not to do anything too flashy because those are going to be the things that those lawyers are going to go after you for. Oh, well, he's using malicious round, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually using a round that I thought would be best because it is for law enforcement. And if it's good enough
Mhm.
for them, it's good enough for me, right? And I didn't change my trigger because, my factory, the factory trigger is sufficient. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get
Yeah.
a lighter trigger or nothing on my carry gun now. But, I try to think ahead with things for the future if that ever did happen,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know?
and one of those
Yeah,
videos I
yeah,
posted with
definitely.
that antimatter micro wing,
Right.
I got a bunch of comments, people saying like, "Oh, if you ever have to use that, the prosecuting attorney's gonna light your ass up or whatever."
Yeah.
But it's like I could see that, but then at the same time, like that's just making it to where you can be as accurate as you possibly can so you don't miss. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And
That's the way I look at it,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
because you
I
don't want to
debated on
be
it for weeks
you don't want
before
to
I even
be
loaned.
in a crowded space, like say somebody's going postal at the Walmart and you have to take a shot to take that guy down and there's people behind. You don't want to miss and hit an
Right.
old lady or anybody. Like
Yeah.
you want to be as accurate as you possibly can. Under stress too is even harder. So,
Right.
but in one of those situations, it'd be pretty crazy. Don't even want to think about it really.
They also provide like some of those insurance companies like a cleanup service. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Because let me tell you something. If it was, let's say whatever, God forbid, late at night, boom,
Hmm.
something happens. Who's cleaning that shit up? You
I
know what I
don't think the
mean?
cops
I don't
do.
want to.
I don't think the
No,
the
no,
state
no,
or
no.
anybody does
I
that. I
don't
think
think
No,
you
they
have to
don't. They
pay for
leave it.
that.
They leave it.
That's crazy.
they do. They do, huh?
Somebody's got
That's
to get the
crazy.
body,
Yeah.
don't they? Like the
Yes.
coroner.
Yeah, but
They
they
Well,
don't
don't
clean
yeah.
up the
in the
blood or
past.
anything.
No.
And that would,
From personal experience.
No.
Not with my own eyes, but
yeah,
Well,
yeah, they don't clean nothing.
yeah. Well,
it's
don't use
crazy.
maybe a shotgun wouldn't be the best thing if you got to clean that up. You
Right.
don't want to be chopping somebody's arm off. I don't want to get too into the gore YouTube,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah. For
having
sure.
fun over here. We're just
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
these are the realities of carrying. I think
yeah,
people should be aware of the realities before they make it a decision for them to carry all the time.
yeah.
You have
Which
to be ready.
That's right.
the big takeaway is you should carry if you're able to, but you
Absolutely.
should also know the consequences of your actions and also
Right.
if something were to happen, like what the legal troubles, like you were saying, they don't come and clean up the blood. So you
Well,
got to
see,
kind of prepare for all that and also be trained with your gun so you're not
right,
missing and taking out the neighbor's dog or anything like
right,
that. And
right.
know, like if you're doing home
Yeah.
defense, like know probably a 5.56 is not going to be the best option unless
Yeah,
you have some kind of frangible ammo, or even then like shooting one of those inside a house is going to blow your ears out and everything
right.
else.
Yeah, I think I posted a short maybe a week ago, maybe, and that's what I wrote in the thing, and I wasn't trying to be, some guy, whatever, but I posted in the description, if you do not train, you are a liability and you should not
Yeah,
be. And then that's the truth. That's just the truth. If you're not trained, you are probably more of a threat to someone that you're trying to save than the person that's, you know, committing the crime.
yeah,
Most definitely.
yeah. And I know we kind of we were talking about this earlier. We've been on here an hour before we even started the recording, but we were talking about this earlier. We like to joke around in the videos and maybe not be serious in the videos, but in real life, we're taking things seriously. Safety's always going to be number one,
Absolutely.
and so just because
Yeah.
whatever you see online, don't always believe everything, because
Right.
we were talking about like not to the extent we're playing a complete character, but at the same time we're not giving our full selves in the videos most of the time. So
I'm just doing it for the views. No.
yeah, you
Right.
we're all chasing a bag over here. We're trying to get Justin monetized. We're trying to get Silver and Black monetized. I'm not sure if Citizen 2A Citizen is monetized, but Eyes and Ears just got his Mighty Guns. He just got his
Mhm.
first level. So
Yep.
the
Yep.
main thing is trying to make it on YouTube as a smaller creator.
Mhm.
I think one of the biggest things you can do is staying consistent and trying to find ways to keep the audience engaged and entertained, but at the same time, you can throw in some informational stuff.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't do as well. Like I know a couple creators where they post mainly just them at the range shooting. There's not any. It's good to see that you're training and stuff like that, but at the same time, the average person is wanting to be entertained on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people, if they want training advice and stuff like that, they're going to
Hmm.
Garand they're going to T Rex Arms,
Right.
they're going to
Yeah.
the big
Yeah,
guys.
shit. I go to them too. I don't
Yeah,
blame them. I
so
go to them too.
starting out as a smaller creator, it would be good to be entertaining, have some fun, but also make sure you're staying safe and
Always, yeah.
you're
Right.
not
Yeah.
shooting a
You know,
full auto Glock into a residential area. And
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
definitely keep up with your
Yeah.
state
You're
and local
definitely not
gun
gonna catch
laws.
us doing none of that stuff.
Yeah,
No, I follow all state and local laws. Ricky
yeah,
ain't going to jail.
yeah. You definitely don't want to
You
catch a
got that
case
right.
over a YouTube short.
Absolutely not.
And I don't know if anybody has.
Hmm.
I'm sure there have been people, but definitely just keep up with your local laws. So what made you guys want to start getting into just making gun content on YouTube? There's
Oh,
a
it's
heavy hitter for you.
Yeah. To making gun content on
Or
YouTube?
content in general, I guess. I don't know how long you've been posting content. I know you do the classic
Uh,
cars and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, you know me, I do a little bit of everything, but the gun content, it's been about a year, what, since October of last year. Yeah, and I just love guns, you know, and the 2A community, man, is just so tight. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So far, like since I started doing it, I just met cool people that are like the same things that I like, you know, as far as firearms and stuff like that. And then, to be honest, watching some of those creators and the videos they make and stuff like that just like gave me inspiration. You know, I was like, man, I want to like be like them. You know, I want to do
Yeah.
this too. So, you know, just wanted to share with the 2A community. You know what I mean? I'm a show off. I just like to show things
Yeah.
off. No.
You do got some cool pieces in that collection for sure.
right.
That's kind of
So do you guys,
that's
man.
kind of where I started also maybe last August 2023 around there doing the gun content. And one of the biggest inspirations at the time for me was the gun guy 77. And I remember seeing your
Me too.
comments. Yeah, you were commenting on his page. I
He said he
saw
wants to come on the show.
DMV Menace. I know he doesn't really post a lot, but he's always in the comments. I think Eyes and Ears was in there too. So I kind of found all you guys through his comment section. And
You
I
know
was
what, man? Shout out to Eyes and Ears.
yeah, I wish he was
Didn't
here
mean to
right
cut you
now.
off, Ninja,
Yeah, I wish
but
Eyes and
shout
Ears was
out to
here.
Eyes and Ears, man. Because when I first started, you know, my channel was like, you know, I had like what, like 30 subscribers or whatever.
Yeah,
And then you know Eyes and Ears, he always finds those new gun creators and the one he likes or whatever, he puts them on. He says, "Hey, you know,
yeah.
this guy here." So he did that with me, man. Shout out to him, man. I appreciate him for doing that. You know what I
And
mean? He found me when I was a real small channel and
hmm
he just put me out there, you know what I mean? You know how he used to make those little lists?
he did.
It
Yep.
would be, and it would be like all different little gun tubers on there and
That's
stuff,
how
and
I
then he would
found him.
shout them out on his videos.
That's
Yeah,
exactly how I
yeah.
found him because
So shout out to you, Eisners, man. We appreciate
I
you.
was going through my mentions one day and I had like 4,000 subscribers, I think, at the time. which I started the gun content with like 3,500. So I mean, into my gun YouTube career, it wasn't like a huge step up from where I was. But yeah, I saw a mention on my mentions page, and it was Eyes and Ears Tactical's video. I think it was like the Wolf Battle Belt, or it could have been. I know he tagged me in a couple of them back then, but I just didn't see him at the time. But there was one like a gun tuber shout outs or something like that. And he was shouting out. I'm pretty sure he shouted you out. He shouted a bunch of people out, which I'm sure now they're a lot bigger than they were at the time. But my name came up, and at the time, he may have had like 1,000 subscribers, and I had like 4,000. He's like, so this guy's got he's got like 4,000, but I like this cat. That's exactly what he said. He's like, I like this cat, and I think at that time we were doing a lot of the outdoor LARPing stuff,
Right.
and so that's kind of how I met Eyes and Ears, and then obviously I don't remember exactly when I subscribed to Silver and Black, but I probably commented on his videos. He
I don't
commented on
remember either
mine.
yet.
Also, another shout out to 904 Duval. He's been in it for a
Man,
while.
904 Duval,
I
man.
think
I'll
he's
tell you what,
dealing with a sort
that
of a shadow ban because he's got some crazy
yeah, that
builds,
is like
dude.
one of the most underrated
Yeah,
Yeah,
channels. Okay,
absolutely.
that dude, like his builds are crazy.
he's
They're
yeah.
they're crazy.
That one, he's got that camo Glock slide. I'm always commenting on his page whenever I see something cool. But I
Um,
don't think he's been posting as much lately.
you
I
guys, and I
think
was up there.
He hasn't, no.
I was
that
up there
was
the other day. He's posting a little bit, but not as much.
yeah, the main thing I think for growth is consistency. Even when you don't see
Right.
your views go up, you always want to stay consistent. And that's what I told you in the beginning because
Absolutely.
you commented on one of my videos a long time ago, it seems
Yep.
like.
Yeah, it's been probably 8 months now.
Yeah. And you're just like, hey, how do I get started in this? And I was just like, just stay consistent,
Hmm.
use the trending audios if there's any trending audios and just
Right.
relevant hashtags. And at least one, I always tell people one short a day at minimum.
Right.
And over time, you'll start to see it take off.
Yeah.
And another shout out, real quick, Low Pro Operator. He
Yeah, I
was
like his
based
stuff too.
in the same position you were. Like he maybe had like 400 subscribers. And I just got
Hmm.
on his page. I was like, hey, just keep consistent every day. And he's been dealing with a lot of stuff from that big hurricane. He lives in North Carolina, so he's not been as consistent now, but he's got 10,000 subscribers now. So
Right. I love his content.
And
the
shout out to you too, Ninja.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
for
Man,
sure.
I
method,
mean,
I've
you
cracked the
you
method.
helped us and helped
Right.
me with
Yeah.
so much stuff, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Ricky. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Come
shout out
on,
to
Ricky.
Ricky. Shout out to Citizen to a Citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the whole one
Citizen to
team.
a citizen.
Yeah.
Justin, I think
Yes,
Justin's kind
sir.
of the leader of the one team.
I don't
I
know.
don't know who really started
Hashtag.
that. Yeah.
Well, see, it came from an old company I worked for.
Yeah.
That was their motto, one team. And I just started saying it. And I don't, I'm not trying to take no credit for it, but I love the motto. I
Yeah.
love this community. I want to
Yeah.
see everybody grow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, but I got into it basically. Um,
Because I remember you had been posting stuff and then you commented on one of my videos. You're like, I got paranoid, deleted everything,
yeah,
and then you came back and now you're just crossed over 5K, so
right. Yeah, absolutely.
no turning back now.
So
Congrats.
I I worked out all my life and I wrestled my whole life, right? So I can defend myself with my hands, and I really don't have any issue. Not humbly now. I don't have any issue squaring up if I got to. And but one day I was at the gym and I was working out and I was like, I was watching scrolling. You know how you do when you're at the gym, you're in between sets. And I seen this big, huge Jack dude, and he just got absolutely. He was destroying this guy. Guy pulled the
Mm,
gun out, took care of him. So that day forward, I was like, I'm going to start training. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I had been around guns, like you said, my whole life, and I was like, I'm going to start training. And I got real into the training. I was like, I'm gonna post a video or two. But I had followed Ninja before I ever made a video. A few others. I think I followed Mighty Guns before, and I think I followed Montana Tony before. But I jumped into Ninja's live stream one day, and I said, "Hey, man, I just made this one little video.
I
Tell me
remember.
about it." And he remixed it right off the bat. Didn't have to ask me no questions, nothing. Dude just took care of me, took me under his wing. Um, I
Yeah,
did
the
have a
bag gun.
yeah, the bag gun video,
That
but
sound blew up.
yeah, it was definitely you. And then there was like a couple people in your chat that didn't even really post, and they went over
Yeah.
there and remixed it. Like that's what shows how much respect people have for you,
Mhm.
and I do appreciate everything you've done, brother. Um, it's changed me. It's definitely changed me, and it's a lot of gratitude goes to you and the guys of the group. Y'all have all been a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it's it's just crazy how much it's taken off really because I started at Silver and Black. You followed me. Justin, I don't remember exactly when you started following me, but I was posting like just random goofy stuff in the beginning, not really expecting
Hmm.
it to take off, and then it just kind of took off, and I was like, well, I better.
Put
I
some effort.
remember, I
Hmm.
don't remember exactly what, but the gun guy I commented on one of his things, something, and he said, I think if you took it a little more seriously, you
For
could do a
sure.
lot better. And I from that day on,
Mm.
I started taking it a little bit more seriously. Obviously, we still like to have fun, but
Right. Right.
that ever since then, I've been on a different mindset as far as where I wanted what I want to do with the channel, and
Right.
I don't know, it's been pretty good to me so far.
I like
So,
when people say things like that, you know what I mean?
mhm.
It's not like a criticism, but it's like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, yo, get you motivated, you know what I mean? I
Right.
yeah.
like that.
Right.
So definitely huge shout out to the gun guy. He's probably one of the
Hmm.
reasons
Hmm.
I don't want to say where I'm at, but where I started, probably where I'm at too. Shout out to the gun guy. We're gonna have him on.
Shout out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do one more shout out if y'all don't mind. But
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
Nah,
we
not
can
at
do
all.
10 minutes of shout outs real quick.
but I want this is very important to me. So my oldest subscriber is Sticks,
Yep.
2018, and there was been many a times where I
Mhm.
was going to quit and everything. He was the only one commenting. You know, I mean, you commented, of course, but
Hmm.
there was nobody else really doing it.
Yeah.
And I knew that you were just doing it to help me because we had kind of built a relationship. And he's one of my oldest subscribers, and the dude's putting out bangers, man, bangers of
Yeah.
content, and he's helped me out a lot.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
Helped me out a lot.
Yep. Sticks I like Sticks's builds, and that one video he posted, his gun closet,
Oh
that
my
just
God,
blew me away.
My
I know, blew me away too.
God.
I think one constructive criticism I have for Sticks, I think if he would, because his one sound that you guys like him full size or slimline, he's got a good voice.
Yeah, he does.
I think if he would talk in his videos, I
Right,
think his channel would blow up tremendously.
right. I agree. I do. I mean,
I know you
people.
talk to him a lot,
Oh
so
yeah, he's a good friend, very good friend.
yeah,
But people want someone that they can, um, relate to or to act like or seem like they know them.
yeah,
I think the voice will help that out a lot. You know.
yeah. He almost sound, you know, that guy Arm and Gun.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
almost sounds just like him. I think
yeah.
he could be mistaken for him, and that could drag initial people to his channel almost.
Right.
I think once you get over that feeling, I don't know, sometimes it never goes away. Like for me,
Yeah,
I'm still nervous when I make the only time I'm confident in a video is at my closing statement.
yeah.
You know,
Which is a banger too, by the way.
the rest, thank you. But yeah, that's the only time I'm confident in my videos is that closing statement. The rest of the videos, man, you know what I mean? It's a little nervous, but once you kind of get over that little
Hmm.
hump a little bit, after that, it kind of you start opening up more like it's just a little easier, it makes it a little easier.
Yeah,
But it does take a minute to get over that real nervousness, at
yeah.
first.
Especially when you you know your friends are watching, So you can almost kind of picture yourself just talking to them, and it kind of makes it a
Yeah.
little easier. But eyes and ears,
Yeah, that's what you said. Did it make it
yeah,
easier? Pretend like you're just talking to a friend or something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
I did that one time, and it works. It works.
yeah. And eyes and ears, man, he can sit down there and just talk, nobody in the room, just have a whole conversation. And when you're watching the video, it's like you said, it's like you're right there with him.
Right.
So
Hmm.
it would have
Well,
been awesome for him to join. Hopefully he can still make maybe the last 20 or 30 minutes of this. But
well,
if
I
not,
think
we'll have to coordinate better next time and get him on
right.
here.
Well, it's our first one, guys. It's our
Yeah.
first one. But I know what helped me kind
First
of
one,
break
yeah.
some of the extreme nervousness was kind of writing out something that, you
Yep.
know, I would write out my beginning statement and my end statement, and then I would put, just a couple brainstorm parts in there. And that
Hmm.
has helped me open up a little bit because I'm not stumbling for words. I'm not getting frustrated and
Hmm.
thinking I'm making myself look dumb. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, like, if you write out a little
Hmm.
bit for yourself, maybe tape it to your tripod so it's something you can look at while you're filming. It's going to help you out tremendously.
Also, I wanted to
Yeah, yeah.
give a shout out to Chat GPT. If you guys are having trouble coming up with like video ideas or even a script, like you could literally say, I want to do a review on
Hashtags. Mhm.
I want to do a review on this SIG P365 with the TLR7 sub and the Holosun. Write me a script for that review, or
Right.
give me a description for that video title. Give me a list of hashtags, stuff like
Mhm.
that. Chat GPT AI is your friend, and I think if you guys,
Until they're not.
yeah, until they're not, until
Until
Arnold Schwarzenegger comes out.
Right.
But
But
yeah, definitely smaller creators if you're making full length videos, because that's the thing. The shorts, the shorts are good for getting subscribers, but if you want to get monetized, you really need to pump out the full length videos. And
absolutely.
as a smaller creator, it's going to be a limited audience unless your audience comes from people searching for whatever you're posting a video on. So having the right type of search terms and hashtags in the title and the description really helps.
what
It
is it?
helps
Four
people find
million views on shorts? Is it 4 million views on
it's
shorts?
I think it's 3 million in 90 days for the first level of monetization, which
Yeah.
is just super chats. You don't get ads on your videos or anything like that. And then for full monetization, you need either 4,000 watch hours from full length videos, or you need 10 million shorts views within 90
Oh,
days, which it seems almost
mm.
impossible unless you're that good,
Viral.
or you get lucky,
Got to go viral.
it
Yeah,
seems.
lucky.
Because I've never had a period where I got over 4 million in a 90-day period. I don't think I did reach the 3 million threshold before I got my watch hours for the first level.
I got close. I got
Yeah.
2.5 million
And that's what
Right.
in
sucks
90
about it. It's
days.
a
And then
90-day rolling window, so you only have 90
Mhm.
days to grind.
Yeah.
And if you had a
Yeah.
short
But then
pop
I
off and get a
stopped
couple
with the
million,
shorts.
yeah. So
Hmm.
the main thing is like the shorts. If you want to grow your subscribers, shorts are probably the way to do it. But in Eyes and Ears case, he doesn't post many shorts, but
Mm-mm.
his video, he does full length videos, and people actually love to watch him. Whereas, even
Hmm.
mine with a lot more subscribers than him, sometimes a video just doesn't hit and gets like maybe 500 views, 300, 200 views. And then sometimes I'll get lucky, I guess. I just put the right search terms in the title. I'll get a few thousand. But it's weird. We were talking about this yesterday, Silver. Um the shorts subscribers don't really watch, they don't have the attention span, or they just don't watch it, or it doesn't even pop up on their feed. They just don't watch the full length videos.
They don't really associate that much. I don't know. Maybe they're
Yeah.
just too busy.
And
Maybe
I was
that's why
also
they're watching
talking
shorts
about
anyways.
how many people are just accidentally clicking subscribe when they scroll through because I've
Right.
done that before.
Mm-hmm.
So
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
don't think
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I
would
think,
just I would shoot for getting the 1,000 and
right.
then work on grinding out full length videos while uploading shorts.
Absolutely.
The long-term content, I believe, is where it's at. Like I said, I stopped posting shorts for a while, and I just started focusing on long-term content
Hmm.
because you gain more of a friendship with people, you gain more of a reliable following, and people they like to hear you. Like eyes and ears, I
Yeah.
could sit there, I watch his videos, sometimes I leave him play while I'm doing something in the garage,
Hmm.
and the dude could sit down and have a conversation about it, and it's like you're talking to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the long form content and just kind of getting, familiar with your subscribers and stuff like that, I think is the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another thing that's really helped me the most is it's not for some people. So, it's not for everybody, but the live streaming is really what got
Yeah.
me taken off. People can build a relationship with you and I don't, first of all, you need to be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're going to live stream, you need to be yourself. And those who get in your live stream and see the kind of person you are and they like that, they're going to stick around. They're going to take the time to watch your long format video because they want to
Hmm.
hear you talk. They want to hear about your life, whatever.
Yeah.
So build a relationship with your viewer through your live streams if you can. If that's
Yeah.
something you like doing.
I like doing the
Yeah.
live streams. Sometimes it's just kind of hard to do them all the time, especially at home with the kids and all that. But I used to, that's
Hmm.
all I used to do was play video games. On this channel, I was eBay Ninja and I would play Fortnite with my friends online and then I would stream it. And then most of the viewers and were like younger kids and stuff because I mean, kids play Fortnite. So it's weird to build a, I don't want to say relationship, but to get familiar with somebody on YouTube that's a younger person,
Well, you
it
just have to
kind of
rub,
is weird. But then
you
at the
know.
same time, it's like you don't have ill intentions like that. I was just playing video games,
Huh.
talking to these kids, and I noticed it's the same kids every night. So
And it's your opportunity to um, help them. They
yeah,
have a father
they might
figure,
look up to you
right?
as a
You know,
mentor.
right.
Probably not a father figure. Maybe some of them. I don't know.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they're, you can be a light in their life. They may
yeah,
be on the school bus the next day and they say, "Oh, well, Ninja said that, you know, um, I need to make sure I do good in school." So they might be doing their homework. You know what I mean? That's what we
yeah,
have to do. We have to rub off on people.
yeah.
You know,
100%.
Yeah, because probably more than likely, even though the stats don't show it, a lot of YouTube audience is kids, and you don't want to. If you're posting gun content, especially, you don't want to be irresponsible and then have them think it's okay to do something like
absolutely,
that. So the goofy stuff and funny stuff is okay, but just make sure that you always let people know that hey, this is staged. This is uh,
absolutely,
being done in a safe manner
right.
and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. I
Because
think I
I
have written out in the description of my channel. Hey,
yeah,
listen, my number one priority is make you laugh, but I
yeah,
am trained and I'm not doing anything illegal or unsafe. So make sure you practice those things, along
yep,
with, you know,
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard to, you almost can't feel responsible for if somebody
no,
did something that they saw on your channel.
no, I don't.
But I think I was talking to Eyes and Ears about that too. It's like, how could you really be responsible if it's like the show Jackass?
Right.
It's like they put a warning, hey, don't try this at home. You know, people were
Yeah,
doing
people
that
are doing,
stuff at
yeah,
home.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't stop everybody from doing stupid things, but you can at
Right.
least try to get
Yeah,
the right
definitely.
message across. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely just try to be a light, and then in the comment sections, you can answer those questions. You have someone maybe comes in there with some harsh comment. You say, "Hey, listen, man, no, My channel is about comedy. I do
Yeah.
things in a safe way, and being like cool with people. Like, just because someone says a bad comment doesn't mean you have to totally write them off. You can educate them. Like
Yeah.
the other day, for example, the other day, so y'all know I'm doing the reloading challenge, and I am using Fiocchi dummy rounds.
Yeah.
They look exactly like the real thing. But I've
Mm.
shot or thrown out every other white round in the house. The only white rounds I have are the dummy rounds. And someone got in there and said, hey, dude, you have no business using live ammunition to reload. Get some
Yeah.
fake ammunition.
And they were.
And so that's what I did is I just went in there and said, hey, man, this is fake ammunition. Hopefully I have a full review out on this pretty soon. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
So you can
Mm.
mitigate some of that.
And that's another thing I wanted to mention to anybody up and coming. If don't don't argue back and forth with trolls in the comments, you know what I mean? That's a not like not what you said, but just like if somebody's trolling you and you keep
Not
going
worth
back
it,
and
and
forth
it's
with
not a
them.
good look for yourself.
No,
Yeah.
it's going to turn away the people who are subscribed to you. Okay, well, this is the kind of person he is just because he
Yeah.
lets one person get under his skin, you know?
Yeah. So I think that's another thing is just you're always going to have a hater. There's always going to be haters. If you can, like you said, just talk them down easy. Sometimes just ignore them. A lot of the times, if it really gets to me, I won't clap back at them, but I'll just try to, like you said, de-escalate or just be like, hey, this is obviously a skit. Like in my sniper skit video,
Right.
so many people were just talking crap in that, and a lot of my other like popular, most of the time all the hate comes from like the real popular videos.
Right.
But
Well, you just have to do it with taste.
yeah.
You can per se clap back, but do it with taste. Do
Yeah.
it like a man. Do it with
Yeah, don't just say
good
like,
intentions.
oh, your mom, or you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Don't.
yeah,
Yeah, no, class and respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's been a few times where I
I
probably
know.
didn't use
Oh yeah,
class
we
and
all have
respect when
moments.
I should have, but
I know.
yeah,
Sometimes they'll
but
get to you. Sometimes they'll say just the right thing to get to
yeah,
you.
Right.
And
We have our moments, no doubt. But I think
yeah,
as far as a personality as a whole, you can't be that way if you want to be successful.
yeah, you just gotta you'll learn with time that it's like the trolls, no matter what they say, like you can choose to interact with them because they're most of the time looking for a reaction, or you can just ignore them or just heart their comment and move on. That's what I do.
yeah. That's what
Most
I
of
do too.
somebody says something ignorant, I'll just give them a heart and scroll on to the next one. And a lot of people don't like to even read the comments, but it it blows my phone up with notifications if I don't. So I always go through and heart every single one. And it's hard to reply sometimes to all of them too. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I try to do my best to get
yeah,
back to everyone. You can't. It's impossible. You can't. But I
yeah,
do
Mm.
try to get back to all of them. That's the kind of relationship I want to build with the subscriber. Like, I can't tell you how much it meant to me. Like when other creators, like when I commented on your page, early on before I started making content, that makes someone feel good. Like, hey, they
yeah.
actually
I
took the
know
time
it does.
to, you can't do it for everything, but I do try to sit down and make sure I get back and build those relationships
Mhm.
and try to remember,
And
uh,
I've been doing that lately. I'll go through, I'll like them all, and then I'll go back through them and respond to a few of them.
right. You can't get them all, especially like, I've only got 5K. You got 35,
Yeah,
almost 40K. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to get back to every comment. And I think the viewer understands that for the most part.
yeah. Sometimes, like this one today, this Deagle video, I think it was. He commented, said, "Wow, that's cool. I like your gun." And then I like this comment. He said, "This is." He put another comment. He said, "This is cool. I never got a like from a YouTuber. Thank you
Right,
so
right,
much."
Yeah,
And
right.
yeah.
You
I
want to make
pinned
it
that
safe.
one. So I mean, he got the pin too.
They
Yeah,
got yeah.
yeah.
So,
Awesome.
And you never who you're going to affect.
so just that could change somebody's whole mood in a day.
Absolutely,
So,
Man,
absolutely.
you change their whole life. Like Justin said, you don't know who you could
yeah,
affect. It could change their whole life, bro. You don't
Right.
know.
And that's just something we have to remember as creators.
Hmm.
That like we talked about just a minute ago. Yeah, you can't keep anybody from doing anything crazy, but you can, do your best to educate and to also brighten their life, brighten their
yeah.
day. Give them a
Yeah,
friend.
100%. Yeah.
Well, what do you guys
Yeah,
think? Justin,
yeah,
you said you
I
gotta.
I got to drain the main vein,
All
and
right.
it's
Yeah.
nine
I
thirty at
gotta
my
work.
place.
I gotta be up at 5 in the morning. So
Yeah,
good time to call
Right.
it. I think we got
Yeah.
about an hour in.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the viewers watching, if you guys watched all the way to the end or listened,
um,
it's only gonna get better from here.
absolutely.
We're down a couple guests at the moment.
Yeah.
We're gonna start having other YouTubers as guests on here. So comment if you want to be on. Get a hold of one of us. We have emails in our channel bios. We have Instagrams. Comment on our videos and say I want to be on the podcast.
Right.
Right now, I've got a couple people that messaged in the Instagram group chat. So they said they would be on. I know you said the gun guy would be on, so he might be first on the list. And
Yeah, the gun guy, he wanted to come on. Yeah.
maybe we can try. I don't know if you guys want to do this every single Sunday or every other Sunday or what, or just probably depends on what we got going on. But
Right. Right. It's
Hmm.
getting close to the holidays.
yeah, that's going to be rough too. I was thinking.
Yeah.
Um,
But the
yeah,
original members are Citizen to a Citizen, Eyes and Ears Tactical,
yeah,
Silver and Black Entertainment, your boy Ricky, and to a Ninja. But we'll
yeah,
have on other guests
yeah.
outside of the group for now.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
good to have multiple hosts, I guess, in case like tonight, our first night, Eyes and Ears and Citizen are MIA, but we still kept it together. And hopefully next time we can get Eyes and Ears in here and he'll carry the show for us.
I
Um,
think we did great, boys. I think we did great.
yeah, I'd really like to see the gun guy on the next time we do this, whether it be next week or next couple weeks, whenever. But hopefully we can coordinate that, and that'd be cool to get some insight on his end too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we could ask him if he has maybe a topic in mind that he would like to discuss.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then we can kind of just stick to that topic. This was just our first episode, so we were kind of all over the place.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's only going to get better from here.
Right.
Yep. So hopefully it wasn't boring, everyone. Hopefully we talked about some good topics, and I guess we're gonna end it on that, end it on a high note, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. So make sure you guys check out all of our channels. I'll have them linked in the description. I'll probably tag a bunch of the other creators that we talked about. Um, I see Mighty Guns is live right now,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll get a list of everyone, and then that'll also let them know that the video's been uploaded.
Right.
And share this podcast.
Absolutely.
Please share it, and feel free if you're a up and coming creator, you want to just clip this as a full length video, couple-minute clip, post it on your channel. Feel free to do that. Get some watch time.
Absolutely.
Um, we're gonna try to keep doing this, stay consistent with it, and I guess we're gonna end it on that one.
Yeah.
So thanks for
Yeah,
watching.
100%. Appreciate all you guys.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Silver needs to throw his outro before we
Oh
hit.
yeah, yeah. Hit
You know
that,
what I
Silver.
mean? Hey, listen, man, you guys already know the deal. If you like the video, like the video. If you ain't subscribed to the channels, subscribe to our channels.
All
And with that being said, we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
right.